Hello guys, welcome back. We'll be looking at Ethereum, Xrp and BTC price actions under a lower time frame, but mostly concentrating on a higher time frames. And as usual, we will cover the bull and bear scenarios with the exact levels. Hope you guys will enjoy the video. Before we start, as always, hit the like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now without wasting time, let's dive in. Let's start from Ethereum. Ethereum under 30-minute time frame. We're looking under 30-minute time frame. It is going to consolidate a bit as long as we can hold 1680 level. 1 hour time frame is still looking good and the rest of the time frames are fully bullish. But we have something under 3 hours and as well as 4 hour time frames, which is a bear divergence. However, it's not confirmed yet, but again I would like to mention that this type of bear divergence in a lower time frame in bull market fails a lot, and we saw many times in the past weeks. So you can see it, price kept printing a higher highs, and the oscillator that you can see it kept printing a lower highs. Same thing that we can be witness on the 4 hour time frame, higher highs and then lower highs. So under the 4 hour time frame, as long as we do not print a lower lows, we're good to carry on our journey, and I think we're fine for now. And the bear divergence that we can see it, prices keep printing higher highs, and then RSI kept fainting since the beginning of the January, and this is a bit concerning. We're following this for some time, as you know. So we've got minor resistance above us, and we've got support 1 and support 2 levels. However, it's quite early for us to talk about support 2 level, and on this regard I said what would be my expectation in yesterday's video. If you haven't watched it yet, I highly recommend it. And we have this minor resistance level above us, which is 1750 and 1800 level. If we manage to break this minor resistance, we're good to go to 1950 all the way up to 2000 psychological level. For the exact levels I showed in my yesterday's video. If you're enjoying, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so make sure you do not miss any updates. Moving on to the Xrp, a few days ago I did post it via my Twitter account, and this chart is very complex. Recent history shows this type of pump and dump. Extreme sharp pump, however dump comes way faster than the pump. So I usually call this Burj Al Khalifa tower. If you're not a professional trader, my advice is to stay away from this coin, and there are many good and easy setups out there. As you can see that I said if we manage to break the bull zone, which is 50 and 52 cents that I posted via Twitter, then we are good to go. However, as I mentioned above, this is quite hard to read if you do not have a solid system. Most of the system may provide a fake out. So as you can see under a low time frame that you can see it, we started printing a higher highs, and at the same time, and the next 4 hour candle dumped quite hard. And as I said, this candle may be quite exciting under the 30, 60 and 120 minute time frames. However, you can see it couldn't manage to break and stay above, and we dumped. So I did a slight update actually on XRP chart that you can see it. I adjusted the resistance levels, and I also added last line of defense, which is 44 cents and 46.5 cents. And as you can see, we've got wick to wick rejection from this box. Having said that, in few days Xrp should give us a nice long entry, because high time frames are still bullish. Only one need to wait and get the confirmation under the lower time frames, and 4 hour would be the best option. As I said, this is a tricky area. This zone, it just covers around 9% plus, where the price might get stuck just within this range. Under a daily time frame, we should close above 50 cents, and I believe we will be good to go. However, it will be updated via Twitter account. Moving on to the BTC. For BTC, we have an up-to-date support resistance levels, and 30-minute time frame is consolidating nicely. 1 hour time frame and the rest of the high time frames are bullish. If we cannot recover from the minor resistance under a lower time frame, then we will be heading towards the consolidation on the 1 hour and 4 hour time frames, which will be healthy in my opinion. As you remember, after we broke 35,500 level, this area, BTC pumped by 35% plus, and this happened less than a week. If you took this trade, you would have been up by 35%, and this is a spot profit. If you're a leverage trader, you did the maths. And I do believe from here on, 10 to 15% correction would be reasonable after pumping over 35%. Before we move on, if you want to become a professional trader or you're interested in the institutional trading system, you can message me via Telegram at Magnate8, and one-on-one intense mentorship is available. It only takes you 5 to 10 hours, with 4 weeks support as a bonus. Within this period of time, if you have any questions, it will be answered via a phone call. In yesterday's video, we had this minor support and resistance levels that you can see under a lower time frame. There was a heavy battle between the bulls and the bears, and as expected, we went to the south. After this massive red candle, now the bulls need to reclaim this minor resistance zone, which is 46,700 and 45,600. So one may ask that how low can we go from here? This is what most people are interested, and I would say that the first area of interest for bears will be around 42,800 and 40,200 level. And as I mentioned in yesterday's video, that we may even go to 40,200 and 40,500 levels. Is this price level good for shorting? For scalping, yes, and if you know your levels. Otherwise, buy the dip and keep longing in a bull market. Once we manage to break the minor resistance, we've got the levels actually to go all the way up. And this is our golden zone. As you remember, that the next target will be around psychological level of 50,000 and 51,100 area. After you see it, that rejection took place dollar to dollar from 1418. However, don't forget that these levels I added in yesterday's video. I would like to share something interesting. Under a daily time frame, we've got a higher highs, and again we're witnessing a lower highs on the oscillator, which means a bear divergence is brewing. But the scary part of it is we do not only see under a daily time frame this bear divergence. I will show you in a minute, and this is what we need to keep an eye on it. And as I always mention that under the higher time frames, there is a decent chance that this type of bear divergence plays out in a bull market. So as I said, interestingly, we have the same bear divergence under a 2-day time frames that you can see it, higher highs and lower highs on the oscillator. 3 days, same scenario, higher highs and then lower highs on the oscillator. On a 3 days chart, higher highs, but we've got a lower highs. 5 days chart, exactly the same scenario, higher highs and a lower highs on the oscillator. So under a weekly time frame, again we're going to see the same scenario, higher highs and oscillator is a lower highs. However, bear in your mind that this doesn't mean that this bear divergence will play out in the next 48 to 72 hours. But if it confirms, we will get a nice correction in the market, because you can see it 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, as well as a weekly time frame showing the same scenario. We came to an end of this episode, and if you guys enjoyed it, do not forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.